So this next encounter took place in April of 2015. Buddy and I decided to go camping. We decided to go camp up around the Chewelah area. We were several miles north of Chewelah, just borderline the Pend County line. And, well, when I was shooting this video, there was some eye shine over my left shoulder. I wasn't aware of it when I posted the video, and a bunch of viewers said, "Dude, man, you got something looking at you behind you." So here's the video clips of what we encountered up there. Camping up here again, and we're probably about a quarter mile from our last campsite, and just walking along the road here, came across couple interesting impressions. We're probably about a quarter mile from our last campsite, and just walking along the road here, probably about a quarter mile from our last campsite, and so you can see there's definitely something behind me looking at me, no more than maybe 10 feet from me. Kind of creeped me out when the viewers pointed it out to me, and I just so happened, after talking in the video, I actually walk into the tree line there. I never saw anything, but this is one reason why we carry firearms when we go out, because you just never know what you're going to encounter out there. And this is most likely a cougar. And just a couple years after this, there was a cougar tracked down and tagged for a GPS device, and it was a 200-pound cougar. Now, I'm not sure if it's the same cat that they captured, but we were within maybe a couple miles of their research area where they were tracking this cat. So here's a little news clip of that cat that was discovered just north of Chewelah.
This cougar ever tagged in Washington state, weighing in at nearly 200 pounds. Wildlife biologists tracked him down this week.
Now they'll use him to track other animals in our area. KREM 2's Lindsay Nadrich spoke with one of the researchers who caught this giant cougar. Lindsay?
Yeah, so trapping the big cat was part of a large research project based in Chewelah. Part of the project looks at the interaction between wolves and cougars that prey on deer and elk. His giant cougar was found in Pend County on Monday. I spoke to Brian Kurtzen, a carnivore research scientist, over the phone today about his biggest catch.
As part of the research project, we're actively capturing cougars and outfitting them with GPS collars. You could tell it was a big cougar. A couple of the guys had got to the tree before I did. But then when I got up there, I did look at it and think, wow, that's a pretty big cat. 150, 155 pounds is normal. He was 197.2 pounds, according to the digital scale. I estimated him to be about 9 years old. He was an older cat. He's living it up. It's the biggest cougar that I've ever caught. He was unusual. He was extreme. We were pretty excited because we all knew that this was a pretty extraordinary individual, and we're probably never going to see an individual like that ever again.
So a couple other interesting things. Not sure if you noticed in the photos, but there is a scar on the cougar's nose. Brian says that's a sign the cougar defended its territory from another male cougar and won. I also learned cougars run from dogs because of their interactions with wolves. He said a cougar can fight off one or two wolves, but when there's a pack, they usually climb trees to get away, and that's the same for a pack of dogs. In studio tonight, I'm Lindsay Nadrich, KREM 2 News.